Hello everyone, welcome back to our group discussion. For today's topic, our group that consists of Kalista Nursyabani, Priscilla Putri Jananto, Niputu Maratisa Putri, Shana Devara, and me, Tiara Patricia Indonesia Putri. We are going to talk about the analysis of speech acts and politeness remarks on La La Land movie. So there will be three contents that we are going to discuss a lot. The first is about speech situation, speech events, and speech acts. The second one is Charlie's velocity condition, and the third is Levinson's phase management. And as what we have mentioned before, the meta analysis for this discussion is La La Land movie. So we take one scene from 0 minutes until the first minute to 43 seconds. Okay, so let's start from the first topic, speech situation, speech events, and speech acts. So, why do speech acts matters? By definition, Shirley in 1969 states that a speech act is the primary unit in a language to express a meaning or one's interaction. And basically, speech acts used in a conversation by the speakers to influence the hearer to do something. Also, through speech acts, the speaker is able to convey physical action only through words and phrases. And in terms of classroom instructions, learning speech acts can support students to improve their performance in utilizing speech acts in conversation with native speakers. Now, let's start to analyze from the speech situation. So, in this one scene, the situation is there is a debate between Sebastian and Mia, the character of this movie, over the audition invitation in front of the Mia's house. So the context is Mia, as the main lead of this movie, is Sebastian's ex-girlfriend. They are still on good terms. They want to pursue a career in entertainment industry together. And Mia and Sebastian are talking in front of Mia's house. So they both standing next to Sebastian's car. And for the next analysis of speech event and speech act will be continued by my friends.
Okay, thank you Tiara. So now I want to explain about speech event and speech act from the movie La La Land. So from this conversation, there are three speech events. The first speech event is about Sebastian giving information about the audition to Mia. The first trend is Mia asking to Sebastian, "Why did you come here?" The speech act from the trend is directive asking. Then Sebastian replied Mia's question by said, "Because I have a good news." The speech act from the uterine is representative in form. Then, Mia do follow-up accept by said, "Okay," and her uterine also indicates indirect request. The speech act from the uterine is directive request. And then, Sebastian replied it by said, "Amy Brand, the casting director." The speech act from this uterine is representative in form. And then, Mia do follow-up accept by said, "I know who she is." The speech act from this trend is representative telling. And then, Sebastian informed Mia that she was at your play, and she loved it so much that she wants you to come audition for this slam scar. Huge movie she's got. He's brimming over with the excitement, and from this conversation, the speak act from this trend is representative in form. Okay, so that's all from me. So for the next speech event will be explained by my friends, Dev.
Okay, the next speech event part is when Mia rejects Sebastian offer. So the first utterance, Mia said that I'm not going. So she replied based on the previous utterance, the Sebastian offer. Then The Sebastian comment on her reply by saying what? So this is actually an implicator because Sebastian does not believe on the does not expect Mia to say that, and then Mia reply again by saying I am no, that will kill me. And then Sebastian comment again by saying I'm sorry. So he still not believe the did not expect Mia answer. And then Mia also reply again by saying the same statement. And then Sebastian comment again by saying what? It is actually saying by high intonation. So Mia reply by saying just stop. And the next part followed up by the previous speech event. The next part is about giving the reason why she refused. So in this event, Mia tries to explain her reason that she cannot accept Sebastian's invitation. So the first utterance is Sebastian said that no, you have to make sense why. So Sebastian wants to know and directly asking why Mia does not accept Sebastian's invitation. And then Mia state her reason and explained to Sebastian by replying, and then Sebastian comment on her reply by saying because what, and then Mia reply by saying because I'm probably not good enough. So she's asserting her reason. And then Sebastian's comment and inform that actually Mia is good enough. So he says yes you are, because he believes that Mia is good enough for the invitation. Then Mia keep refuse Sebastian's statement. Sebastian comment by replying no, maybe I'm not.
And now for felicity conditions. A felicity condition is referred to the effectiveness of speech act and the use of for the speaker. Several conditions have to be fulfilled for a sentence to be considered felicitous. These rules are mostly regarding the psychological aspect and the beliefs of the speaker and hearer, and each of them has to be fulfilled in order to create a felicitous act. The rules or components are, the first one is propositional content. It explains about the illocutionary force, specifying the acceptable conditions regarding the content. And the next one is preparatory condition. It's when the speaker have a certain belief about the speakers themselves act and conditions. In this context also, the speaker is quite required to have power or authority over the hearer when talking. And next one is essential condition. is when the speaker has an intention for the hearer to perform. And lastly is sincerity condition. This is mostly the psychological aspect of the speaker. For example, when a person is making a promise, he or she must have an intention to keep it. So it's mostly the intention, but the personal part, not the intention where it's quite general for both. And the next one is felicity conditions examples from the findings of the analysis. Here I brought two. There are actually more, but I'm afraid the time won't fit, so I chose two that has most of the conditions. So for this, Mia explained trying to reason to Sebastian. Before this, her line was because it will kill me, and it just doesn't make sense for Sebastian. And Sebastian kept pushing Mia to talk and let it out. And finally, she lets out because she's fed up and said because it's another audition, and that she's been to hundreds of auditions, and all of them she was either interrupted, cut off, she gets emotional and people laughs at her, or she's just one of the many people who looks like her that's probably not gonna get the role. And at the end of the sentence, she kept stuttering because and not saying her point yet. In here, she is just giving a statement. The preparatory condition is she is trying to reason for her previous statement. The statement is that will kill me. She's trying to reason for that one. And sincerity condition here is she's just telling the hearer or Sebastian her experiences in auditioning. And the essential condition or her true meaning in this is that her experiences in auditioning is too nerve-wracking and she cannot take any more of that. To this, she continues and finally state her actual reason. And she said that because I'm probably not good enough. In here, she's giving a statement about what she truly thinks. The preparatory condition here is that she's giving a final reason for her previous statement or her previous reasoning. And the sincerity condition is that she believes that this is the reason she kept failing in auditions. She thinks she's not good enough, therefore she kept failing in auditions. And the essential condition is she, as stated in her dialogue, it's not exactly subcontexted here, it's quite explicit. She believes that she is not good enough for a role.
In this part of the presentation, I am aiming to explain about the definition, analysis, and significance of analysis of politeness and face management. First, let's talk about the definition. The definition of face management, according to Brown and Levinson in the year of 1978, they consider face management as something that we want or desire from others. And it could be divided into negative and positive face. So what are negative and positive face? Negative is the need to be independent, to have freedom of action, and not to be imposed on by others. And on the other hand, positive face means the need to be accepted, appreciated, like by others, and to be treated as a member of the same group, and to know that his or her wants are shared by others. And then for the politeness definition, according to Robin Lakoff in the year of 1990, politeness is a system of interpersonal relations designed to facilitate interaction by minimizing the potential for conflict and confrontation inherent in all human interchange. Politeness can be shown when a person is avoiding conflict.
we're done with the definition, so let's talk about the data. Our group analyzes that in the context of the first one, when Mia is having dinner with her father, suddenly a loud honk that could wake the whole neighborhood keeps going on outside the house. So what does this mean? It means that the loud honks threatens Mia's positive face because Sebastian's loud honking is impolite due to its ability that can make Mia lose face and not liked by the other people around the neighborhood. On this case, our group assumed that Mia has her positive face threatened because Sebastian's action could damage her relationship with neighbors and not be accepted. And then the next one is when Mia said, "Why did you come here?" Mia, the speaker, way of asking and questioning Sebastian's the hearer intention, rather than greeting and welcoming to appreciate his presence. Her way of asking threatens Sebastian's negative face because Mia, the speaker, questions is interrupting Sebastian's, the hearer, freedom of action. If you watch in the scene, Sebastian is a really carefree person. And then he really is an independent person. And the reason why we stated that Sebastian's negative face is threatened is because it interrupts his freedom of action. And then the next one is when Mia refused Sebastian's suggestion and said, "No, that will kill me." This statement of rejection from Mia, the speakers, threatens Sebastian's, the hearer, positive face of wanting his request to be accepted. Like I said before, positive face is the need to be accepted, appreciated, liked by others. But when Sebastian, the hearer, heard the rejection, it could break his heart and felt as if he is not accepted and his suggestions is not appreciated. So, what are the significance of analyzing politeness and face management? First, it decreases conflicts. As I said before, politeness is shown through conflict avoidance. And we can know the right word choices to the specific subject or person. And next, it could enhance positive feelings because by being polite and know how to manage our face and save other people's face, we can have a better relationship with everyone. And in result of that, we enhance positive feelings because we have an excellent relationship and bond. And next, it will be useful for both our professional and personal lives. Why? Well, we could know and master the art of communication, especially considering that we are the students of Faculty of Education and a possible teacher candidate. It could help us increase our relationship with students through our judgment in students' characteristics and our abilities to save students' face and our own face to create a comfortable and positive teaching environment. Thank you very much for paying attention to our presentation. If you have any questions, please give us comments. And please, we are looking forward to your feedback. Hope you enjoy.